Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So guys, before we start this video, I just really want to make a quick channel update guys, because there are really big news coming up about my channel, big changes. So I'm planning to release a video about these changes today. So if you want to see what's the next for this channel and also for the new channel that I am creating, definitely follow me, hit that subscribe button so that you will be notified when the new video comes out. So today there will be another video on this main channel, and I will post what basically will happen in the days to come, right guys? And also I guess some of you noticed it that I have deleted some videos from this channel and I have transferred them to the new channel. So there are some big news about this channel coming up, so definitely stay tuned guys. And right now we can finally be talking about Kaapo Kakko, about the guy from the New York Rangers. So guys, the Kaapo Kakko, well, it has been kind of a saga, I would say, already with Kaapo Kakko and New York Rangers. I remember when he was in a draft with Jack Hughes, they projected them to be the two best players of the draft 2019. It still can happen, possibly, right? It's still possible. However, neither Kaapo Kakko had like a breakthrough rookie seasons, right? You can see those numbers. I wouldn't say they are bad, right? You still have to realize, guys, we'll get to that once again, but 23 points in 66 games for the first season in the NHL. Yeah, probably more was expected. To be honest, more was expected. Definitely, yes, that's true, absolutely, but it is still not that bad. Jack Hughes, as you can see, in his first season, only 21 points in 61 games, so also probably was more expected from him as well. But what's most important is that Kaapo Kakko was playing against men for 1.5 seasons in the Finnish Liga, right? So he was used to playing against men, so it was expected that he would be better in that first year than Jack Hughes, and that he got 2 points more, but he played also 5 games more, so it's like you cannot really tell who was better. But definitely Kaapo Kakko, so far he has been, I don't want to say a huge disappointment for the Rangers fans, but definitely he has been a disappointment. And yeah, it's a very interesting topic, guys, and I'm very interesting to see if Kaapo Kakko will be able to take that next level in the next few weeks, next few months, because this season it has been kind of bad for him, to be honest, and you would just imagine that he will get better, right? And I can wait to see if he really will get better or not. Right now he's not playing well, guys, we all know that, and he just has to get better. But right now, guys, let's just talk about the basic stats when we are talking about Kaapo Kakko, shall we? So, what about his age? Currently, as you can see, he's 20 years of age. He was born on the 13th of January 2001. So this year he reached his 20th birthday. Weight. What about weight? He's 90 kilograms, which is pretty darn good, right? I don't know, guys, I just put it this time I put here the measures for the Americans or Canadian people. I don't know how to read this, honestly, I just don't know. So sorry for that, but it's 199 something. I don't know if that's Libra or I don't know what's that, honestly, I just don't know, sorry guys. Definitely tell me down in the comment section below, okay, what's that, how do you say that? And height. His height is 191 centimeters in Europe, and this, I do believe this is 6'3", right? 6'3", I think this is it. So for those of you who live in North America, I do believe it's 6'3", I hope. You can, once again, you can tell me down, guys, just tell me please down in the comment section below, because these measures, North American, I have no idea. And the whole other discussion is, guys, why do we have these other measures, right? You have in America Fahrenheit, we have here degrees Celsius, no idea, how 5 degrees Celsius, what's that in Fahrenheit, I don't know. I don't know even those measures, so it's kind of weird, but it is what it is, guys, I guess. So, anyway, I don't want to talk right now about that. Let's talk about hockey, right? So Kaapo Kakko, he shoots left, and he is, according to his position, he's a right wing. and he was drafted, as we all know, second overall in 2019 NHL draft, right after Jack Hughes, which is he's down here. So what about the stats of Kaapo Kakko? I decided to pick the stats from when he started playing with the men. So he played in season 2017-2018 in Liga, which is a Finnish league, for TPS Turku. He played in 6 games, he scored 0 goals, he had 1 assist, in plus-minus category he was -3, penalty minutes 0. So he started playing against men. You have to remember that at that time he was only 16 or 17 years old respectively, so he was really young, and even these matches at the Finnish Liga, at the highest men hockey in Finland, that these were very, very beneficial for him, definitely. Then his second season in the Finnish Liga was 2018-2019. He played there a large amount of games according to the European leagues. So he played for TPS Turku once again, 45 games. He was able to score 22 goals and added 16 assists. And so that's really a lot. You have 37 points you have 38 points. Sorry, my math is not the best. 38 points in 45 games. So that's pretty darn solid when you consider that he was still, at that time, he was 17 or 18 respectively, playing against big men. That's still pretty good. Not pretty good, that's very good, to be honest. And in the plus-minus category, he finished the season with +1, which is another very good thing. And in penalty minutes, he had only 10, which is not a lot, considering he had 45 games played. These are just 5 minor penalties, so you have 1 minor penalty per every 9 games, right? So that's not a lot. And when you look at his overall stats in the Finnish Liga, between the men, he had played 51 games there, scored 22 goals and added 17 assists. So pretty solid stats for the kid who is only 16, 17 or 18 respectively, right? Then he went to World Championship, and this World Championship, actually 2019, was in Slovakia, in my home country, so it was a pleasure for me to go to the game. I still remember it was Finland against Denmark, and I saw Kaapo Kakko playing live, so that was definitely a great experience for me. I also saw Jack Hughes, Patrick Kane in my home city, guys, here in Slovakia. This was just absolutely great. I even took a picture with Carter Hart. He was going through the main street here in Košice, which is my home city. So this was just, it was definitely something to remember. The World Championship 2019. I even saw Jack Hughes live, Kaapo Kakko live. So it was just a great experience for me, and I really did enjoy it. And Finland, actually, they went all the way to win the World Championship in Slovakia. So this was another story. And Kaapo Kakko, between the men, between best of the best against Patrick Kane, Alex DeBrincat, etc., he was able to register 10 games, 6 goals and 1 assist. And he had plus-minus of +10. +10 in 10 games. This is just absolutely phenomenal, right? So kudos to him for playing very well, even during World Championship. 6 goals in 10 games on the World Championship in the men scale, when you are only 18 years old, that's quite something. And even based on these stats, the experts said that he should be pretty good in his first season in the NHL. So right now, let's go to the NHL. NHL season 2019-2020, that was, of course, his first season in the NHL. He played for New York Rangers, as we all know. He played in 66 games, scored 10 goals, added 13 assists, and he finished in the plus-minus category -26. That's pretty bad, but of course, Rangers were in the top team last season. They are not a top team even this season, so it's, you could understand that. And in penalty minutes, he had 14, which is, again, pretty solid number. He's not spending a lot of time in the penalty box. So, yeah, these are your stats. As I have said earlier, 23 points out of 66 games. That's not as bad as it may seem for 18 or 19-year-old. It's really not that bad. Of course, as I have said earlier, more was expected from Kaapo Kakko, but honestly, scoring a point every third game, that's not a catastrophe. However, this season, I would say, here is when the problems start, right? 2020, 2021 for the Rangers. Kaapo Kakko has his first season in the NHL. He has played that. So right now he's playing in his second season in the NHL. And he has played so far in 24 games, and he has registered 4 goals and 2 assists. And this season, guys, really, last game, or the game before the last game of the New York Rangers, he was able to score 2 goals. One of them was the empty netter. So before that game, he actually had in 23 games only 4 points for 2 goals and 2 assists. And it's kind of a problem because this season, again, it is very disappointing when we are talking about Kaapo Kakko. Many times I just watch the game of New York Rangers and I do not even notice that Kaapo Kakko is on the ice, and that's the problem for the Rangers. Of course, they have other talented players such as Mika Zibanejad, Artemi Panarin, Ryan Strome, but so far, Lafreniere, it's also issue with Lafreniere and also with Kakko. They are just not producing. And as a New York Rangers fan, you would really hope that they can raise their game to another level. So yeah, that's the problem. This season, he should have more points. He should have just more points than just right now six points in 24 games. And he has -1 in plus-minus category, which is considerably better than the last season, and penalty minutes 8, so again, not spending a lot of time at a penalty box. So far, overall, he has played in the NHL 90 games, scored 14 goals, added 15 assists. So that's it for him. And what about the other players, guys, from the draft 2019? These are from the draft 2019, of course, Alexis Lafreniere from the draft 2020. So I wanted to compare what Kaapo Kakko did in his first season and also in his second season to the other guys that were drafted the same year as he and that are of the same age as Kaapo Kakko, obviously. So Jack Hughes, of course, this is the player that probably interests you the most. Jack Hughes, 2019-2020 for the New Jersey Devils, 61 games played, 7 goals, 14 assists, he had 21 points, which is, considering Kaapo Kakko played 5 more games, this is the same numbers as Kaapo Kakko, maybe a little bit worse, but they are on a pretty same level according to their first season in the NHL. And then this season, however, this is where the problems for Kaapo Kakko start. Jack Hughes has in 29 games 7 goals and 9 assists. So Jack Hughes has 16 points in 29 games. So that's a lot more than Kaapo Kakko. He has 10 more points than Kaapo Kakko. Of course, Kaapo Kakko playing 5 games less, but nevertheless, it's still a big difference. And Jack Hughes really raised his game to another level this year, and he's producing a lot, especially at the beginning of this season. He was just very special. But I must also add, guys, because I know that you will say that in the comments. Of course, Kaapo Kakko, he's not playing on the first line as Jack Hughes. He's not getting those prime minutes as Jack Hughes. Artemi Panarin is the star on this team, right? Alongside Mika Zibanejad, Ryan Strome, Chris Kreider. These are your top guys on the top 2 lines. Kaapo Kakko playing on the 3rd line. He's not playing, I do believe, right now, even on the first power play. So Kaapo Kakko not playing very well for the Rangers. But that's just, guys, he's not playing for the first line because he's just not good enough, right? Even, some of the commentators, I do believe also Eddie Olczyk says that if you play better, you'll get to that first line. You just have to play better. And that's been the issue with Kaapo Kakko. I am sure if he would play a lot better, he would be on the first line, definitely, yeah. Or on the second with Artemi Panarin, But so far, yeah, he has been not playing well. Trevor Zegras, very interesting young guy. Of course, he was the captain of the Team America on the World Juniors this year. He was named the best player of the tournament. And last season, Trevor Zegras did not play in the NHL. However, this season he has played for Anaheim 13 games and he has already scored 5 points, which is pretty darn solid. He has almost the same amount of points as Kaapo Kakko in 11 games less. So yeah. He's doing pretty well in Anaheim. What about Kirby Dach? Of course, Kirby Dach, very unfortunate for him. He was injured before this season, so he is out. But last season he played in 64 games, scored 8 goals, 15 assists, the exactly same point totals as Kaapo Kakko. So they had Kirby Duck had just exactly the same rookie season as Jack Hughes or Kaapo Kakko. What about Bowen Byram? Bowen Byram did not play last season. I think he was still playing for Vancouver Giants or something like that, I'm not completely sure. But this season he's playing for the Colorado Avalanche. So far he has played in 18 games. He has registered 2 assists, so Bowen Byram's still waiting for his first NHL goal. And he's a defender, so you cannot really compare his stats with the forwards on this board. But yeah, he has been pretty solid for the Colorado. And Dylan Cousins, another very interesting young player from the draft class 2019. So Dylan Cousins, he has not played, or he had not played in the last season, but he has played in this season so far for Buffalo in 21 games. He has the same point totals as Kaapo Kakko, so that's 4 goals and 2 assists. So their stats right now are pretty much the same, right? And Alexis Lafreniere, this is another guy, but he's from the draft 2020. So from the last year, so he's a year, basically almost a year younger than these other guys on the board. And so far this season for the New York Rangers, he is, I do believe right now, on the same line as Kaapo Kakko, and he has played in 31 games so far this season, because Kaapo Kakko, of course, had some COVID issues. That's why Kakko has 7 games less than Lafreniere, and Lafreniere scored 4 goals and added 4 assists, so he has currently 2 points more than Kaapo Kakko, but he has played in 7 games more. So overall, guys, I just wanted to compare these players, okay? When you look at it, Kaapo Kakko, the first season, exactly the same as Jack Hughes, no problem there. But what's the big difference is that this season Jack Hughes has been definitely better than Kaapo Kakko. Jack Hughes has raised his game to another level. According to Trevor Zegras, well, we still don't know. He has played only 13 games, but so far it has been so good. 5 points in 13 games for Trevor Zegras, pretty good. Kirby Duck, as I have said earlier, exactly the same first rookie season as Kaapo Kakko. Exactly the same, 23 points. So, same. Bowen Byram, again, same as Trevor Zegras, we just don't know, right? He has played 18 games, that's not really a lot. Scored 2 assists. He has been pretty fine, I would say, not something special, but he has been pretty solid. Dylan Cousins, 21 games, 4 goals, 2 assists. That's almost the same point totals as Kaapo Kakko, so really they are currently on the same level. And Alexis Lafreniere, of course, he's from the draft class 2020, 8 points in 31 games. So yeah, he is pretty much also on the same point scoring rate as Kaapo Kakko. So when you look at it, really only Jack Hughes has been better so far than Kaapo Kakko in these last 2 seasons from these young guys. So it's still not a complete catastrophe for New York Rangers, but definitely I even expect from Kaapo Kakko to get a lot better, if not this season, then at least the next season. And I know that he's very, very motivated, that he's determined to be better, and I'm not, I have no doubt that he will be better. So hey guys, this is the video about Kaapo Kakko, currently struggling for the New York Rangers, but crossed fingers that all of these guys can, step into the NHL, play better. They are already playing very good. You have to remember that they are still only 19, 20 years old. So yeah, just wishing all the best to these young players, and yeah, hoping they could evolve into some really, really exciting players to watch in the next years. That's it for today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel already, definitely subscribe now, guys, and hit that notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. And as I have said at the beginning of this video, definitely, guys, be waiting another video, a big channel update today. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Bye, guys.